Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni for her co-star and director for sexual harassment. Now, headlines broke over the weekend with Lively also claiming Baldoni's team had every intention of destroying her reputation during the film's rollout, enlisting professional PR services to actually accomplish that act. NewsNation's senior story editor Paula Froelich joining us live with the scoop. Paula, this was a troubling story over the weekend. We saw that New York Times report, and it's on a story about domestic violence. It grossed more than $350 million worldwide. And I know fans were looking forward to a part two of this movie since there are a part two of the book. But I don't think that's going to happen now. What do you think happened?
So here's the deal, Nick. It's an ugly story. They started filming the movie in 2023, and then there was a big, long break because of the writer's strike. When they started resuming the filming, there was a huge meeting with producers, Sony, who was the distributor, directors, actors. Everyone sat around. Blake brought her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and they had 30 demands. And part of the demands were, listen, we're going to read it. We're going to do this movie. We're going to finish it, but it's going to be different. There will be no more adding of sex scenes or graphic other scenes. There will be no more of Justin and his producing partner, or Mr. Heath, coming into the room when she's naked and getting prepared. There will be no more random people on set during sex scenes. And also things like stop talking about your porn addiction. And also, please stop trying to put your religion onto me. And other things like, if Blake said, if me or my baby are exposed to COVID one more time, I need to know immediately. So it sounds like it was a really upsetting atmosphere. And it wasn't just for Blake. There was a female producer who also was subject to a lot of abuse. Now, we all kind of knew something was wrong because during the promotion of the movie, nobody would talk to Justin. Nobody would be on the carpet with him. Everybody was just kind of like, we're done. And then all of a sudden, the narrative changed. And all of a sudden, Blake started online and everywhere looking like kind of a bad girl and really high maintenance and kind of mean and all this stuff. And it turns out that Justin had hired a very high-powered PR consultant who really dealt with damage control. And her name is Melissa Nathan. She had also worked with Johnny Depp. And they used something called, and I'm going to read this here because it's kind of disturbing. They used a new playbook that used a targeted multi-channel online attack, and it cannot be sourced back to anybody. It is basically hiring companies that look like people to spread bad rumors about behavior and all this stuff. And so during this, she filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department. And they also have emails and texts from the PR people and Justin where it says, we're going to bury, I want her to be buried. The PR person says, I can bury anyone. And it's just really gross. Now, the part of the thing, there were some mistakes on Blake's part, okay? Sony, this was the big mistake. Sony had said, we are going to market this not as domestic violence. We are going to market this as a girls' film and female empowerment. So that's why we saw Blake go out in promoting the movie and say, grab your girlfriends, wear your florals, and have a great girlfriend day. And a lot of people are like, yo, that's tone deaf. This is really about domestic violence and abuse. Why are you doing this? But in a way, she was kind of set up by Sony to do so, as they said, this is our marketing plan. So it's all kind of dirty. It's all kind of ugly.
And Paula, quickly, before I let you go, where do you think things go from here? Because, again, it looks as though they picked someone who was ready to fight back.
Well, here's the deal. There is supposed to be a second installment. Justin had already, during interviews, they said, what about the second installment? Are you going to direct that one? He said, well, I think Blake is ready to direct. And people are like, ooh, burn. But now, of course, it is looking like if it does get made, I can guarantee there's no way he's a part of it.
NewsNation story editor Paula Froelich with the very latest. Paula, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.